Good morning. We're here at the Arethusa Falls trail. Here's Frankenstein Cliffs. We won't be going up there today. We're expecting more rain, so I snuck out early to get this hike in before the family heads to North Conway. Hopefully the bulk of the rain holds off until later. Alright, let's head up that trail. Here we go. We have 3 waterfalls, I believe. There's 2 on the Bemis Brook Trail, and then we'll end at Arethusa. This is the tallest waterfall in New Hampshire, so I'm betting it's going to be impressive. And coming up this massive rock pile, like it is now, going on the Bemis Brook Trail. So along the river, you can also go up this way. It's a little bit longer, but it is going to give me some more waterfall views. So I choose Bemis Brook. Maybe I'll come down the other way, make a loop. Looks like we'll be following yellow blazes. Bemis Brook Trail, rocks and roots as usual. Nice walk by the river. Take a peek. Also a popular spot to come swimming. A lot of people will go to the waterfall and then come back on a hot day and just cool off in this river. I'm sure there'll be lots of nice spots to do that. Alright. On Fawn Pool. Looks like all these little features are going to be marked here. Cool, let's check this out. Oh yeah, this is where you'd want to go swimming, man. Look at that. Falls. Spot lady right there. Beautiful. Right after Fawn Pool, you can see the trail gets a little bit narrower as we make our way up. And we're approaching Coliseum Falls. Which we got a glimpse of back over at Fawn. But let's take a look at this beautiful waterfall on the way. Nice. Coliseum Falls. And almost immediately after Coliseum Falls, you can see we're going up. This trail has between 800 and 900 feet of elevation gain. So, not terrible, but we knew we'd be going up. If you do your trail on a day like today, like I am, Just know that these rocks and roots are both very slippery, so you gotta almost treat them like you're walking on ice. And after that short uphill, we're just on Pine Needle and Roots path again. And now doing some downhill. Very little. And right near the river. And we're coming up on Bemis Falls in a moment. You can see the sign. Bemis Falls. Take a look at this. Couple of nice drops. Well, leaving Bemis Falls, and this is what you are greeted with. Up and away. And you get to the top of that and it just continues. I am glad Suzanne didn't come on this one. She would not have been happy with me. Alright, just came up from this way. Those scrambles we saw. And trail goes and joins Arethusa Falls trail right here. We'll be going back this way. I think is a more direct way back to the car when we're done. Nice steps. I think this is why they say the Bemis Brook is harder. The Arethusa Falls trail is probably more groomed and easier. And they continue on. This is beautiful out here. Can't believe I'm the only one here. Guess that's what a little bit of clouds and off and on rain will do. Even on a Saturday morning. So far the Arethusa Falls has been pretty mild. Some rocks, a little bit of mud, but really not a whole lot going on here, so definitely an easier trail. A lot of less roots as well. Coming down and look at this. We got a bridge. Not too shabby. And came across our first bog bridges. I believe this trail lies in the domain of Crawford Notch State Park, and they do a great job with their trails. Really maintain them. And we come around the bend and we got bridge number 2. Looks like we pretty much got stairs for a little bit. Hey, coming up on a junction here. Alright, so we'll point 2 to the falls. We can connect that way to Ripley Falls and Frankenstein Cliffs. Nice. This is the way. And we're on the descent, I think, to get level with the falls, because we can walk right up to the base of this one. Alright, I'm super excited. So I met the only other person on the trail today. She just got to enjoy the falls to herself, and because of the weather, she says it's pretty mystical and special today. So I'm excited to get there, especially to get there and have it to myself, which is, I don't think, ever happens here. This is a very busy trail, so gotta get there and enjoy it while I can, because people will be showing up. Boy, I'm starting to get glimpses of it through the trees. Let's get there. You know, I'm not sure how this is coming through, but I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of pictures of this waterfall, and nothing does it justice. The height is unbelievable to take in. Got to do a little scramble here to get here safely on these wet rocks, and we'll get right up to the base of it. Arethusa Falls. Amazing. Worth every bit of sweat to get here. This is New Hampshire's largest single drop waterfall. I want to say it puts it around 180 feet tall, which I know that number is not exact, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've heard before about it. It is beautiful. Alright, made it back up. We're 0.2 away from Arethusa. Made it back onto the main trail here. And we're about 1.2 miles to the truck. Maybe a little less. So we're going to take Arethusa Falls Trail out. We took Bemis Brook in. You can get a little taste of what that trail is like. And I think it's more of a direct route as well, out. Alright, there's Bemis Brook right down there. I came up that way. We just came from the falls around that bend, and we're going to do the rest of the Arethusa Falls trail that we have not seen yet. So, see how this is. Scope it out, more direct route. See what it takes me to get back to the car. All Trails is telling me about 23 minutes in this direction, so we're not too bad. Probably, I'd say, in around a mile left. So, head this way. As you can see, this trail is just losing elevation. Just some leaves, rocks, everything's pretty easily walked around. You're not stuck into climbing over rocks or anything else yet here, which is nice. Nice hike out, which means a nice hike in. The grades have been gentle so far in this trail as well. There's been no sudden steep inclines, so that makes it easier hiking too. So if you're wondering if you can do this trail, I would say choose Arethusa Falls Trail first time you go, and if you're feeling adventurous the next time, you want a little bit more of a challenge, then Bemis Brook, and you can see a couple more waterfalls. You can see this trail's living out. Looks like we can go up over a little bump and then downhill some more, but straightforward trail. There's nothing really tricky to navigate or maneuver. And it's quiet, so quiet. I did pass two groups heading to the falls, so I'm glad I got in and out when I did. I had my solitary time there, and for the most part solitary on the hike, but looks like people are waking up and getting out on the trail. And just about as soon as I just shut that last clip off, we're approaching the junction we had at the beginning where I diverged onto the Bemis Brook. So we are pretty much off this trail. So there's that big pile of rocks, Arethusa Falls. That's Bemis Brook right away, and we're heading this way out. So definitely a big difference between if you go left or right here. I'm glad I took Bemis Brook. I'm glad I did the loop actually. It was really nice to see those extra waterfalls. And there's a track right on the other side of the train tracks. What a nice hike that was. Glad I was able to fit that in. And we'll see what the weather brings the rest of the day. Above us, Frankenstein Cliff looms. That will be a hike for another day. All right, thank you for coming along. We'll catch you next time.